Make melodic house with only this. That is going to be today's video. Are you ready for it? Let's go and do it right now. Hey, what's up, I'm Melodic Kitchen, and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Now, stick around till the end of this video. I will tell you all about how to get in touch with our ever-growing community, which is on patreon.com/analogkitchen, and the bridge is into Discord. That is where the magic happens. This video came to be because a lot of people are asking me, listen, I'm trying to get into this dollars thing. You're constantly talking about synthesize this, synthesize that. We've all seen your Superbooth video. There's so much. Where do I start? Now, the answer is coming today. Now, there's a few things that you can do. It depends on how you are looking at where you want to go. First of all, determine who you are going to be as an artist. This is what I always say. You need to figure out what it is that you want from yourself before you can ask the crowd what they need to get from you, right? This is very important. So first you, then the crowd or your audience, or however you want to put it. Now, I think in terms of simplifying your workflow and getting into and hitting the ground running, try to get machines that really are great in themselves. Now, I've got two synths that might not be your first choice, perhaps, but I will show you why I like them. And it's to do with the Melodic XD by Korg, and it's to do with the J-6. The J-6 and the Melodic XD can be a powerful combination to aspiring artists and established artists alike for a number of reasons. When we speak about the Melodic XD, it's a powerful, really musical two-oscillator synthesizer that is easy to use. All the insides are on the outside is what I say, so there's not too much menu diving. You can pretty much get to where you want to go pretty fast. It's really cool. So if you want to make leads, if you want to make bass sounds, it is a machine that can handle a wide variety of sounds. It comes packed with a punch, but the power really lies in the sound design. So once you get a synthesizer that does what it does, you'll learn a few things apart from making music. You'll also learn how to structure your sound. So that's a powerful thing if you're starting out. As I said, so the learning curve is not really that hard. So I think it's an absolute beginner synthesizer, but it will grow on you and it will not reach its expiry date anytime soon. It's something you can really get into. If you watch my videos, you've seen me make the sounds that I do with it. Literally any of my favorite 80s synth records, I've recreated the sound. And not only that, I've done it so convincingly that I can't even play you the presets because I'll get copyright strikes here on YouTube. Now, the benefits for established artists are that there are a lot of modulation possibilities as well on board next to the just like sound design, so you can do a lot with that synthesizer. I think the Melodic XD is a powerful machine, packs a punch in a wide variety of musical styles and genres. If you didn't pick one up, see if you can pick one up or just experiment with one, and let me know your thoughts on the matter. The same, as I said about the Melodic XD, can be said for the Roland J-6 chord synthesizer. Now, the reason I've chosen this one is because there's a lot of you guys out there that really like to make music but don't know anything about playing chords and chord progressions, and as much as I'm trying to tell people to really get into it because it's beneficial for you to do so and know so, I understand that reading manuals, and this is going to be reading a big ass manual, it might not appeal to people who want to just like who want to hit the ground running as well. We all get caught up in life. Most of us have kids or aspire to have kids or got some sort of a career going, and there might not be enough time for us to just like really sit down and learn how to play a piano while you can make all this kick-ass electronic music. So I do get it. So the J-6 is a wonderful synthesizer that already comes with chord progressions inside. There are so many different styles on board as well. What you do need though is you need the manual to sit next to the synthesizer, so you can scroll to where Roland has hidden all these different chords. It means there's pop music, there's synth wave, there is R&B, there is jazz, there is soul. There are so many different directions on which they have accumulated a certain amount of chord progressions. You can freely program your own, you can tweak the sounds, and again, it's a simple synthesizer with the insides on the outside, is what I always say. It means you don't have to menu dive. It's pretty much delay and reverb on the front, filter and reso on the front, and what more would you need if you want to get results fast? And that's exactly what we are going to do today. So the complementary function is the Melodic XD can handle itself as a mono synth. It's a polyphonic synth, but obviously it will handle itself in today's video as a monophonic bass synthesizer. And then the J6 will handle the chords, and I'm going to make an arpeggio on it. And then you'll see that you don't really need much to get going. I hear some people ask me, I'm listening to these tracks by such and such, maybe Ento, maybe, you know, you can name whatever artist, and they are so perfect. Most tracks you hear are being made with a few key elements. The hard part is not producing, that's easy. Overproducing is what lies in the future, mostly is what I hear. A lot of people produce and then I get overfed by so much information. But can you make a track with just the basic necessities that you would need in order for people to just dance to? Because the more information people have, the more they're going to get like, yeah, you're going to frustrate them and also confuse them with what it is that your direction is. So I always tell people, fix your band members in such a way that one box does drums, one box does music, one box does mixing or whatever, you know, just like plan it out. There's a small example in the video that I'm going to show you how I've structured my live set in 3 brackets, if you will, and that's easy for me to do. There's a drum producing kind of vibe, there's a music production, soundscape kind of thing in there, and then there's the mixing aspect. The 3 things you need to make music, right? So, okay, without further ado, let's head over to the live set, and I will show you with a few options on how to make melodic house pretty fast, and we're only going to use this amount of equipment. This is the sparsest of sparse setups, but everything is there for a reason. Now, there's a few new things that I wanted to show you. There is the J6 by Roland. We need this for an arpeggio, and I'm going to show you why in a second. We've got the Melodic XD. As you know by now, it's one of my favorite go-to synthesizers when it comes to sound design. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of those synths you really have to have one. You can't do without one. That's what I said, so you heard it here. There's the EPM8 mixer here. The 2 yellow faders are for the stereo outputs of the Octatrack Mark II right here, and the 1 fader is for the kick drum, because I do believe you need to have your kick drum separately so you can alter stuff in the mix. And in this type of music, electronic music, it means the kick drum is everything. You need to have separate control over that. Now what I've done, I've mapped all my drums away on this MX8, the Fader Fox, and I've got a filter on the kick as well. So this thing is mapped to the Octatracks, which is really cool. I have got Midi connected also, so the Melodic XD can be played here as well as here. So it's cool to just do 2 different things. Now, in order to make a track work and in order for the crowd to perceive that you are doing more than you're actually doing, you need a few things to work. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the kick up. Bam, that's 1, 2, I'm looking at the Octatrack here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a steady bass line, a steady bass note, right? If we're going to do melodic house, we'll probably start with I'm liking that, so I'm playing it here. And I hear that he's playing an extra note. We're going to take care of that. That's my note. So, got this engaged. I'm going to lower it a little bit on the mixer. Now that I've got that thing going, I think I'm in business. Now the trick to make a track like this work is to make sure your bass note is not too long, not too thick, and percussive. And I've put a delay on a tap on the BPM that we're working on. We're working with 130 beats per minute today. So obviously the beat on the preset on the Melodic XD is also going to be 130, so that you'll hear it that the delay falls in the beat. Bam, bam, bam. Nice. Okay. When it comes to transitioning or building stuff in, bringing stuff in or introducing stuff, I tend to just make you focus on what it is that I'm bringing by taking away something else. Now, obviously you saw that I've got the kick drum cutoff sitting right here. If we were to go to the regular page here, I'm going to go to quick mute mode here. Going to this page here, you see that the bass right here, my screen is a little bit dirty, sorry for that. It's now on 82. So you see that I've mapped this to that. If you want to map everything away with the Octatrack, you have to just take the manual, and the last pages, they've got the MIDI implementation chart right there for you, so you know that this filter can go to maybe 41 or 52 or whatever. It's got a value, and then you just connect it together. And it was easy working with the Faded Fox. It was just like pressing this thing, placing it in the mode that it needed to be in, and it was just, and I was going. So it was really sweet. Now, you can hear it. I'm introducing this bass line right now, right? And like with always, you should not be in a hurry, right? Okay, let's go for the bass and a kick. Ah, nice. Now the reason I'm sticking the MIDI here is because I can mute it also. I can take it out so it doesn't play, and then I can solo my way into playing something live. When it needs to just go, I can just engage it here. And then that way I've got two separate things that I can do. So maybe if you're not that virtuoso, you programmed your beats or your bass ahead of time, you know that when you engage this, your fancy schmancy bass line is going to play. But what you can get away with playing, you'll just play that. Like for instance, see, I've added that in. So something like that, right? Okay, now I'm going to engage my Roland J-6. It's already playing, I've got it muted right here. But what I need to do now is leave the bass line playing by itself, take the kick out, and slowly engage that arpeggio that I got sitting on the J-6. Now the J-6 is a chord player, and you can tell it different lengths that it can play. You can tell it which chord it needs to play, and there's different ways of looking at chords. Again, you have to check the manual, and in the back of the manual it says all these different styles of music that they have. They've got synthwave, they've got jazz, they've got pop, they've got like whatever you want, and they're all different chord presets that you can use. I've used and then there's a scheme of how the progressions are. So a lot of times, a lot of people have problem progressing with chords. This will get you there. It's not to say that if you know anything about chords that it's non-void or obsolete. It's not obsolete, it works, but you get to ideas fast, right? So my arpeggio plays this. basically did is try and get my bearings with where I want to steer what, how certain things work, and in what sense I'm trying to just like get stuff going. Now the thing with this kind of music is I'm trying to hypnotize you. I did a video on hypnotizing stuff. There's a few things that are happening. Let's get into it. For one, if I'm just lowering the bass, taking out the kick, let's focus on what I have. You know, so I've got the drum sitting here, and the thing is, where you can't mute the track 8 on the Octatrack if you're in quick mute mode. Say, let's open all the drums here. You know, track 8 is the master track, but you cannot mute it. But the trick with mapping this away is, if everything is on, I can take out the complete stereo output, which is cool. So if I wanted to make a break with the bass line here, and I don't want to just lower all these things or mute everything here, instantly I'm going, right? Now the crossfader, the trick that I do with my crossfader here, I've mapped the crossfader away to sit here, do that same thing. Drum roll, and now I can easily transition into a kick. Nah, this is absolutely amazing. So smooth transitioning. So a few things you'd need, just to be concise. I think you need an arpeggio for one, right? You need an arpeggio that works. You need a ostinato straight bass line note, what you're hearing right now. That's absolutely the bare minimum you need. You can hear it right now. You hear that it's working. This bass note doesn't need to be too long, but it needs to have enough grit for it to be, you know, because this would be beginning of the evening, I'd probably say, when you're playing out. The delay is a bit on the loud side, but for sake of, you know, this video, I'm gonna leave it. Normally I would tweak it a little bit more to sit more in the beat. And this filter, this is later in the night, I'd say. So yeah, so simple. So you only need that, and you only need an arpeggio, right? So it's here. And then you can opt to say like, okay, I'm going to use another pattern on, say, the Octatrack to go and play the chords that are playing, but I'd like to play the chords live. If I'm going to introduce this thing, take out my kick a little bit and make a drop where I'm going to introduce the arpeggio properly. I'll take this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then I'll probably play. Nice. And what I've done is I've also created multiple things, right? So when I switch a pattern on the Octatrack, it sends a program change message to the J-6, so I turn that off. So on pattern mode, now on pattern 1.1, I just deleted everything that's in there. But I've got another one for my next track, for instance. Say if I was to go to a different track, you'll hear that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I programmed these things ahead of time, right? Nice, loving it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick all these different ARPs on different things and then play my stuff accordingly, right? So then I can just move up. You've got like 8 different, you've got so many patterns that you can use, but yeah, that's how I do it. So this T8 in this scheme is absolutely an amazing, powerful ally to have. So transitioning again. And listen to the sounds, it's just absolutely amazing. And this thing, for the price, is unbelievable. So yeah, so you can easily transition into another track. Now, why are arpeggios so powerful? Arpeggios are powerful because they give a rich character to your music. They introduce a wide musical sense, so you hear different notes and you can really pinpoint them. It's cool, it's atmospheric, it's hypnotic, and for this type of music I think it's the best thing to have. Now, a few things. There's filter, there's envelope. So this now means that this preset can be one of many things. You can say like, let's make it into a pad. Nice, right? But if you wanted to make it more into a percussive element, here's the helicopter, here's the blanket. Go back. So you can do so many different things with what's happening right now. And I think that in itself gives you a lot of options with one sound. Now, these two synths are not the most expensive synths in the world. So if you were thinking of a setup to start with, I would go for these two polys because they're polyphonic, and I really enjoy what they can do for the price. And then if you get your bearings with something like this thing is an absolutely amazing sound designer. The bass line that I'm using right now is, what am I using right now? Oh, I've got my Mind Hypnotic Tango. That's the bass line that I have created. Stopping this, which plays this. I'm not going to play it anymore because I got a copyright strike last time that I played it. But then you understand, I create the sounds of tracks that I know and love from way back when, or stuff that I hear. So, and this synth gets you there pretty fast, right? Now, somebody was asking, can you give us the presets? I'm actually working on a few of them. I've got everything, just everything, large amounts. What else did I get? Expander Sasha here, which is cool. Those sounds are amazing, right? Okay, I even went a little bit cheesy. Usher, I think I even did. But then you understand that there's so many things that are possible. Obviously, so there's so many things that you can do. Now, for this thing, I chose my Mind. Right? So, and it sits well within the structure of the music that I would like to make, right? So listening to this and taking out the ARP, going back in. How's this not working, right? I can still tweak it if I wanted to, but I think it works, right? Yeah. come on. So I will do a video on how I worked this, you know, it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty easy, you know. I've got this on start stop, so this is what I want, you know, start something here, this will run, so that's cool. You can see that by as a retro kits I placed a few things in here because I need double in. If I wanted to play this thing into the Octatrack, I have to use one of those cables. These cables are absolutely amazing, these MIDI plugs, because they switch to MIDI around. There's two standards and manufacturers don't dick around with which one they use. And then RetroKits made a nice MIDI plug that has both these MIDI things inside. It's something that I'm going to explain in future videos. Saying I've played you this, right? So the third one, preset, right? So I'm going to shift and clear this pattern clear, so yes, enter. Now it's cleared. Then I'm going to start looking for a sound. This is where the magic happens, you know, this. And all the different chords are different presets, really. So, and then I think trance is 49. No, that's jazz. This is the trance one. See? So you choose a chord scheme here, then you'll go back to your pattern, or you go to the sound and you got different sounds that you can choose. I'm using this. Yeah, there you go. Put delay on there. And then you just record it in steps on the pattern where you are. And then it's just a matter of saying pattern. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna set the length, which is shift last. Now it's on 8 steps. Okay, no problem. I'm going to go in and say shift menu. Let's get out of there first. Exit shift menu, and then I'm gonna look for beat. And when I look for beat, this tells you now that the length of any step, so I'm going to say enter. Then you see it's got 4 steps. I'll tend to go for 1. Place it on 1 step, get out of there. So now these are all 1 steps. Gonna pattern it again. So now I'm going to say, place the variation on. I'm going to get out of there. Say, yeah, step 1. Or this, yeah, do this. Okay, this is. See? So a new pattern emerges. I see that step 7 is not engaged. Something weird with that sometimes. Place that. Right? Okay. Then I can save it. Say, it's not perfect, but you get the idea. Shift right, it says would you like to save the pattern or would you like to save everything? I like to save everything. You know what? I'll say enter. So now with my beats, it's going to sound like. There you go. So in a sense, I can't really tell you how simple it is to create something fast. Roland J-6, I would like to say mini log XD, and then get something to do your drums. So you don't have to go, because obviously people are going to go, yeah, well, that's expensive, that's expensive. Yes, of course, you know, the Fader Fox is not a cheap or a cheap machine, but it's sold to, you know, where do you want to be in a few years from now? You know, first start with something that's manageable. So it's beats, it's sounds, and it's mixing. That's the whole thing. And I would always start to invest in sounds first, because the sounds is what's going to set you apart. Beats is easy to make. You get the hang of making beats faster, and you'll get the hang of sound designing and creating music. So I'd go for the sound design stuff first. But this is absolutely something I would say is affordable. It's, you know, it's a get there fast kind of thing. And like you see, you don't have to know chords in order to create those progressions. The more you know about it, the better they're going to sound, obviously. But that's that's the gist of it. Now, thank you. I'm going to jam it out and see what we can do. That was a great one, by the way. I guess that's it. That's how I do it. Let me know in the comment section what your preferred poison is, meaning what do you use, how do you use it? I'm keen to hear from you. And if that's not enough and you want to get in touch, or you want to get a little bit closer to moi, which is possible, don't hesitate to go to patreon.com/analogkitchen, where you can really get in touch with me, ask me questions, because I do sometimes it's hard to to really, you know, have more questions than answers, so that might be a good thing. And then I will direct you into Discord, where the community congregates, where we all talk shop, where we all speak about the things that people run into as beginning or established artists. How do I package my stuff? How do I fly with my stuff? How do I perform? How do I make demos? How do I mix stuff? So many different questions, and it's a respectful community, and there's a lot of people that will help you out. So, okay, without further ado, I think that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching this space. If you made it this far into the video, you're an absolute superstar. Thank you for watching. I'm Analog Kitchen. I'll catch you next week on another video. Now, with that said, I am out. Peace.